And we're live. Welcome back to another episode of the Summer Sessions. Thank you for everyone that's been tuning in. We got a great show for you guys today. Going to recap the NBA playoffs, little NHL playoffs. There was something crazy that I saw in the news that came across my desk that we're just going to have to address as a group, and we're going to have to talk about it. But let's start first with the Pistons Cavs. I mean, I've got to be up there for the dumbest people on the internet, and it's not because of anything that I do. It's because of everything that I do and what happens after I do it. So it's not necessarily, so follow me here, it's not necessarily the beginning act. It's when I do something, whatever happens afterward, I always end up looking like the dumbest human on the entire planet. So yesterday, my sister actually got engaged, so congratulations to my sister. She hired me and my brother to be the photographers, and by hired, I mean her boyfriend texted and called me yesterday and was like, yeah, would you mind taking photos for us? I think I'm going to propose to your sister. And I was like, absolutely. And if there's one thing you got to know about me and my brother, we're very different, but he is hysterical. And so they were getting married at this park. And so we go to this park. We park at this one parking lot. We know they're going to park at the other parking lot. And I get out of my car, see my brother, and I'm wearing this bright white zip up. Like this, it's so white that it's bright, if you know what I mean. Like there are certain, it's like a fresh pair of Air Force Ones, but now put that in like a zip up. That's how bright it was. And so I get out of the car, I'm talking to my brother, I'm like, dude, I feel like I should change. Like this zip up is so bright, she's gonna see me. And he was like, no, dude. And he's looking around the park and he goes, there's so many people in the park wearing white that I actually think you're going to end up blending in. So I was like, okay, yeah, word, right on. And I had another pullover in my car that was forest green that would have just blended in perfectly with all the trees. But I saw the angle he was going for and I was like, that makes too much sense. Everyone's wearing white. I'm just another guy wearing white in this park. So whatever, I'm talking to my brother and he's like, dude, I've been listening to a lot of this Jock podcast. It's this old, not Jock in terms of sports. I think the first guy's name is Jock. He's an old CIA agent that's starting to do podcasts, basically just explaining everything that's going on in the government and stuff like that and all the crazy shit that's been going on. And he was like, it's actually pretty easy to tail someone. We just have to make visual contact with them first. So once we know where they are, it'll be really easy for us to kind of follow them around the park and be able to surprise them. So I was like, okay, I think we should stay in the car though. I feel like we should stay in the car until he texts us. He said he was going to text me. I don't think we should be out and about in the park. And my brother was like, dude, it's fine. We're going to hide behind this tree right here. We'll see them pull up. So we're both hiding behind this tree. So picture this. This is the tree. He's here. I'm here. He's leaning this way. I'm leaning that way. It's like a cartoon right now. And we're looking. And I see him from across the park. I go, oh my God, there he is. And I see our sister. That's got to be them. That's got to be them. So we're sitting there and my brother goes, yep, that's them. All right, just let them go on their first little lap to the left, and then we'll push right, and we'll stay behind them at a good distance, and we'll keep track of them. So I'm standing there. I'm like, okay, word, right on. We're standing there. We're watching them get out of the car, and then my phone vibrates. Still making eye contact with them. I thought, either some crazy trade happened in the sports world, or one of my buddies is texting me about this weekend. Take my phone out while we're sitting there. Open it up. Hey guys, your sister just saw you from across the park. And I go, we've been made. They saw us. Keep in mind that conversation about being hidden and secret agents. It was a 30-minute conversation where we were so confident in our abilities. Within 5 minutes, we've been made. So then my brother's like, all right, we got to back up. So we back all the way up. We're hiding behind our cars now. And he ends up texting us. He's like, guys, she already saw you. You can just come out now. We'll just say it's for a different reason. And then I'll propose and you guys just make sure you have your phones out. So I was like, all right, yeah, we've been made. We gotta go over there now. He said whatever. So really funny, but we ended up going over there. It was a great engagement. We had a nice little dinner and stuff. But back to why I'm the dumbest person on earth. So we're having this engagement party, doing whatever. The Cavs game is on, and I took the Cavs -3.5 yesterday. And if anyone watched the first half, Donovan Mitchell had 5 points? 4 points? He had 4 points, 5 points in the first half, and was shooting 12%. And I was like, dude, I put so much money on the Cavs because I was going to go Cavs and Lakers. I had straight bet them both, but then whatever I had in the Cavs, I was going to roll over on the Lakers because I felt so good about the Lakers plus 10.5. So I'm sitting there. All my family members are there. We're like enjoying this engagement party. The Cavs game is on. And I see Donovan Mitchell has 5 points. And I also had him to score 25 plus. So I'm sitting there like, dude, Donovan Mitchell's such a bum. So I open my phone, get my Twitter machine out, which is just never a good idea for me because it never ends well. Get my Twitter machine out. And I tweeted the video of Drewski from the Celebrity All-Star game. And I was like, Donovan Mitchell when the Cavs need him most. And it started to do like, okay, whatever. And I put my phone away. So pissed. I was like, dude, the Cavs aren't going to cover, and Donovan Mitchell is blowing my prop that I bet. Engagement party goes on, third quarter. I'm looking, I'm like, damn, the Cavs are like really running away with this. Like, this is crazy, dude. I didn't know that the Cavs like had momentum like this where they could just go on runs. And there was like a little bit of volume coming out of the bar TV, and it was like, this is a full-blown Cavalanche. I was like, holy shit, the -3.5 might be in play. Open my phone, Donovan Mitchell scored 39 second half points. So, you know, anytime you're really feeling down on yourself, just remember that I tweeted Donovan Mitchell is basically useless with the video, and then he had 39 points in the ensuing half. So, if you're ever feeling bad about yourself, don't, because you're not dumber than I. So, you know, you can go to bed knowing that. But watching this game, I don't see a world in which the Pistons win this series. I really don't. I just think the Cavs are so much better. That length of Mobley and Allen is so devastating when you're trying to get to. There were so many times where Cade Cunningham or Thompson would drive to the hoop and just got swatted. And like once that Cavs defense locked in, and if Donovan Mitchell, obviously he's not going to score 43 points every game, but if Donovan Mitchell can just average that 25 and James Harden cannot look like a 90-year-old man, this Cavs team is really dangerous. Would I prefer playing the Pistons if I'm the New York Knicks? 100%. And everyone was commenting on my video I posted yesterday being like, just so you know, the Pistons were 3-0 against the Knicks in the regular season. So if they get the Pistons, like that's the best team in the East. The Sixers had a positive record against the Knicks in the regular season too, and we swept their ass. So am I scared of either of these teams? No. Would I rather play the Pistons because I don't think they're as deep and their starting five isn't as strong as the Cavs? 100%. But in this game, that was just the epitome of Donovan Mitchell just catching fire. And I feel like that's the momentum you want going into Game 5. But if you're the Pistons, it's not the worst loss in the world. Because I think if you're the Pistons, you look at it as, oh man, Donovan Mitchell just took his whole balls out and dragged it on our face. And that's not going to happen Game 5. So whatever it is, I also saw the funniest tweet ever. It was like, Karis LeVert plays basketball like some former NBA player has taken over his body every single time he plays, but he has no idea who it is. Because last night, of course, he has a torch, and then Game 5, he'll have like 5 points. That was hysterical. But Cavs -3.5, Donovan Mitchell 25 plus, cash that. LeBron James is going home, man. And I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't at the age where I will cry now watching stuff. I'm just at the age right now where if a movie catches me the wrong way, a tear will drop. If an edit catches me the wrong way, a tear will drop. And I think that just happens as you get older, or I'm just becoming more of a bitch. I can't tell. But watched the Lakers game last night. First of all, JJ Redick is there like, I love this team more than I love my family. Well, I don't actually want to say that because I do love my wife and kids, but I love doing what I do. Then why the fuck did you take out Rui Hachimura for the last shot? Your flamethrower of the entire game, Rui Hachimura, who was clipping from 3, doing it all, 24 points. You sit him for the last shot and let Austin Reeves, he had a great game last game, 27, but every other game, it's like a different guy is out on that floor. Whereas Rui Hachimura, I feel like has really been your stable guy in that starting five for both series. Outside of LeBron James, it seems like every game it's like, all right, Rui's going to do his job. And I just felt like subbing him out for that last offensive possession and then subbing him back in for defense and letting Austin Reeves just brick that thing. I didn't love that call out of JJ Redick. If there was a guy I wanted to shoot that 3, I feel like it would have been really with the way he was playing that game and the way he was shooting the ball. But I guess if you're the Lakers, you know, Austin Reeves is supposed to be the future. You might as well put the ball in his hands, let him get a shot up because you're down 3-0 against the Thunder. But I'm seeing a lot of, you know, edits about could this be LeBron James's last game and all these LeBron James edits where he's like, you know, if I can't give myself to the game basketball, whatever. Dude, and it's fucking me up because I don't remember an NBA without LeBron James. When I was young is when he got drafted. So I was watching Vince Carter, Jason Kidd on the New Jersey Nets. And then LeBron James was drafted, and that's the only NBA that I really like. I don't remember an NBA without LeBron James being there, whether it be for meme purposes or constantly competing or crazy moments. And I don't think he's the kind of guy that'll retire in the offseason. I genuinely think he's a guy that wants the parade. He wants every single stadium to be like, dude, thank you so much for what you've given. And I think he's just deserving of it. To be honest with you, if there was ever a player that deserves a one last hurrah at every stadium, take a moment, thank him for everything he's done. I mean, the dude spent more time in the NBA than he has as a human. You know what I mean? So I would hope that if he wants to retire, he'll do it next year. When he can really like get sent off the right way. But if he decides this summer, like that's a total bummer that he went out this way. And I do think, by the way, whether you want to call it a hot take or not, if Luka Doncic plays in this Lakers series, I think this goes to 7 games. Like the Lakers, every single game just felt like they were one guy away. And when Austin Reeves is that streaky and that shoddy, a Luka Doncic that's going to give you an automatic 30 and draw so much pressure pays dividends for this Lakers team. It allows Austin Reeves to not be the first option to shut down. Now he's the second or third with LeBron as well. And I just feel like with Luka Doncic, anything is possible. And if Luka is healthy for this series, I wouldn't be shocked if this Laker team went on a run. I wouldn't be shocked if this Laker team beat the Thunder because every game ended up being a blowout and looking like a blowout. But if you watched every game that series, at halftime, the Lakers were either leading or down by like 5. And it'd be those end of the third, start of the fourth quarters where a guy like Luka Doncic steps up and makes big shots and makes big plays and has felt that moment before. And I don't think those games get as far away from the Lakers as they did when, you know, your first option isn't Austin Reeves and you're asking 40-year-old LeBron James to carry every single boat possible for you guys to get to a finish line and beat a Thunder team. That's very good. But it's just unfortunate that on a year where, you know, Marcus Smart is stepping up in series against the Rockets. Rui Hachimura is getting 24. Just imagine if you had Luka Doncic giving you 35 every night. Because Luka's like Jalen Brunson. He's a playoff riser. He'll give you 30 in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, Luka Doncic doesn't lose. I mean, I feel like we forget that this guy was in the NBA Finals 2 years ago. And the Dallas Mavericks and Nico Harrison were just like, hey, no, we don't want him. That's the dumbest move of all time. But either way, I just think this game with Luka is a totally different series. I don't understand how you don't give Rui that last shot. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But we had the Lakers plus 10.5 and Reeves 21 over points. Let's go. Come on. Come on, guys. Give me a little bit of something through the phone, you bastards. We had the Wild last night. Did I expect the Avalanche after the Wild went up 1-0 to win 5-2? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, actually. There was not a thought in my brain that said, yeah, the Wild are going to lose this game by 3 goals when they were up 1-0 at the start of the second, I believe, start of the third. So that was just buns because you know they're not winning in Colorado. There's no way that the Wild go down 2-3 in Colorado. I think Colorado ends the series in Colorado, but still fun to watch Quinn Hughes. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. All right, quick news story, and then we're going to get to the wagers for today. This came across my phone. You guys tell me if I'm crazy or not. Because this shit, it was something else, dog. This shit was something else. Look at this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. New. Breaking. 16 hours ago. Eileen Wang, the mayor of Arcadia, California, so a mayor of a place in California, has been charged with acting as an illegal foreign agent for China. The Justice Department announced on Monday Wang agreed to plead guilty. The Justice Department states. You're telling me we got government officials acting as Chinese supercell agents. So let's go down the list of what's on the back burner for the American public. The Epstein files are never coming out because you know that group of sick fucks got the list and they all sat there and went, oh man. Did you know he was keeping track and writing names? You went 7 times in the month of July, you sick bastard. And now the UFO tapes are coming out because, those same people that got the list went, do we have any other files, guys? There's no way. Any other files? Aliens? Maybe another war? And the lady that brought in the Epstein files went, we could do aliens. Aliens? Should we release the UFO files? Another room went, yeah, let's release the UFO files and then we'll start a war with Iran. So right now we've got the Epstein files, the UFO files, a new war with Iran. Russia and Ukraine are still going back to back, fighting their dog teeth out. And now you're telling me, let me just recap this one more time. On the back burner for the American public right now, you're looking at a smorgasbord of what the hell. You got the Epstein files that are never coming out. Then because of those Epstein files, they went, let's drop the UFO tapes. So the alien files are on their way out. All while that's happening, we went, let's start an absolute, knockdown, drag out war with Iran where we're going to have peace talks every 48 hours and then drop another missile. Russia and Ukraine are still going at battle. Trump is currently on his way to visit the Chinese government. And now you're telling me we got mayors and government officials that are Chinese sleeper cells, that are Chinese sleeper cells for the Chinese government in the United States government. And you're going to tell me that gluten's bad for me? You're going to tell me that if I eat a bag of Cape Cod, I'm going to get cancer? You're going to tell me I shouldn't have 1 million beers on the weekends? I mean, we're just crazy times, dude. I mean, how did she get elected? And what was she reporting from Arcadia, California that would be of importance to the Chinese government? Unless she's privy to conversation. I mean, that's just... next thing you're going to tell me is that FanDuel is a Chinese operated company and they've been stealing my money on purpose. It's something else. Whatever. But that's insane as an American public. So, go drink a beer, have a Four Loko, do whatever you got to do, man. But welcome to the new age. All right, shifting gears. Today's wagers. We got the Timberwolves taking on the Spurs in San Antonio, the 10.5 point spread. The fact that Victor Wembanyama wasn't suspended, fined, or any other punishment put in jail for actually trying to take Naz Reid's jaw off is just insane. And keep in mind, this is the same league that fined Mitchell Robinson $20,000 to $30,000 because he posted a singing mouse on his Instagram story. Didn't harm anybody, didn't hit anybody. He posted a singing mouse on his Instagram story and got fined thousands of dollars. But Victor Wembanyama can throw an elbow, can literally throw the people's elbow into Naz Reid's jaw for no reason, no suspension, no fine. Go ahead, get out there. We don't want ratings to go down. Adam Silver, you're no better than Eileen Wang, man. You're no better. That's just the most NBA Adam Silver bullshit I've seen in a long time, that a guy can get fined for putting something on his Instagram story, but someone actually potentially hurting another player and gets nothing. Gets nothing. It's unbelievable just because he's, whatever. It's just. However, if Wemby's playing, I'm finding a really hard time not taking the Spurs minus 9.5 here. But when Wemby went out, the fact that they even kept that a game without Wemby is crazy. So this Spurs team is clearly the better team. But I would lean the Spurs minus 9.5 right now. I don't know if I'm going to get to the counter with that. I'm absolutely taking Jaden McDaniels 15 plus points. That's my favorite wager of the entire game. I love Jaden McDaniels 15 plus points. I also don't mind. I feel like De'Aaron Fox is starting to get going a little bit here after last game. I know his 17.5 is plus chicken, but maybe his 15.5 parlayed with Steven Castle's 15.5 for the Spurs, I think could be a serious player, 15 plus and 15 plus. But I also don't hate Dylan Harper over 11.5. I feel like he's been playing really well. But I'm not just going to throw a million props at you guys. Let me just find one that I really like. I'm going to go De'Aaron Fox over 1.5 threes and Jaden McDaniels 15-plus points. De'Aaron Fox went 1 for 7 last game, and that's just like the classic, now you're back at home, you're going to shoot better, you're more comfortable, and he always has the volume, and it's minus 102, so I don't mind taking a shot at that. I actually might wait till it's plus chicken if they ever do that, because it seems like it's moving in that direction. Also, Ayo Dosunmu, I'm not throwing a million props to you guys, but just letting you know what's going through my mind. Over 1.5 threes at plus 102. With the way he's been playing, I don't know how you don't take all of his props, because if Anthony Edwards and it turns into a blowout, he's the guy that's going to stay on the floor. So I might take the Spurs team total. I'm going to do the Spurs team total because they're playing angry. And Jaden McDaniels 15 plus, De'Aaron Fox 1.5 threes. That's the only NBA game on today, so we move to the ice. Sabres Canadians, man. What do you do there? I'm really partial to wanting to take the Sabres in this one, but I just don't know if I see Montreal taking a 3-1 series lead over Buffalo, and they're only plus 116. Right now, I would go Buffalo and the over in Vegas. That's what I would do right now. I'd go the Buffalo Sabres plus 116, tie the series, and head back to Buffalo because they don't know how to defend their home ice. And then I would definitely go the over in that VGK game. I just feel like that over has been printing for me. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't know. That feels like a shout. And then in terms of points, I've kind of been printing low-key with Dahlin in the regular season. I wouldn't mind taking a Dahlin point today in that game for the Sabres. And then this Duck series, man, I mean, you can just freaking throw a pin at a board and your guy's going to get a point. It's like the way these games have been going over has been insane other than that one game. I don't really like anyone to get a point. Now that I'm looking at these, the odds are so fucked. Maybe Barbashev point. I don't hate a Barbashev point, to be totally honest with you. I don't hate a Barbashev point at all. I actually don't hate a Barbashev point at all. Go to the WNBA. I'm going to take the Wings at home, plus chicken. I don't give a fuck about the Atlanta Dream. I like the Dallas Wings right now, the way they're playing, especially at home. So I would take a shot at their plus chicken. And keep in mind, like, guys, the NHL, the WNBA, and, you know, the MLB, I'm going to go through really quickly. Grain of salt, man. Like, half a unit, quarter unit. Be really careful with how you're betting these games. I'm going to go back to the Yankees for sure after they lost to the Orioles last night. That's a max play, though. I don't mind the Phillies right now. We don't know who's pitching for the Red Sox, but I love betting the Phillies when Wheeler's on the bump. I know that's probably not the hottest take. I like the Rays money line today. Oh, Francisco Lindor potentials 2 hits, runs, RBIs. Let me check that. All right, and then the baseball bets. Tampa Bay Rays money line, Phillies money line, Yankees money line. Give me the Cubs money line plus 102. Fuck the Braves, man. Those are all the wagers I got today. I'm going to try to keep these episodes shorter, guys. I feel like yesterday's was a little too long. There's also like not a lot to talk about today other than a Chinese sleeper cell and Donovan Mitchell dropping 39 in the second half. But a little bit of Mikey core to end off today's episode. I've definitely been struggling a lot with my mental health lately, and it's been a journey since I started getting into my mental health. And I feel like you get to points where you feel really good and then points where you feel really bad. And I think for me, now it's about chasing that equilibrium. And I feel like the problem a lot of times that you run into with mental health is when you feel low, you want to chase that really big high. And by chase that really big high, I mean, I feel really sad right now. I want to feel really happy. So I'm going to go do something stupid, or I'm just trying to find happiness in anything. And I think now, you know, relating to the Kevin Durant quote that we used to talk about on TMA all the time, I'm just trying to find a relaxed medium. I don't want to feel too high. I don't want to feel too low. I want to be able to return to my medium of I know everything is going to work out. I'm not going to put too much pressure on it. And I think the problem with my brain is I'm an overthinker and I have a lot of anxiety. So when things aren't going bad, I have a tendency to dig deeper. And when things are going really good, I have a tendency to not pay attention to the things around me. And that always winds up when you're not paying attention to things around you, things start to go bad. And then when things go bad, they get really bad. And then it's like this loop where I start to recover, feel really good, stop paying attention to things around me. And then, so I think right now I'm kind of in the depths of that digging right now where I'm not feeling great. I'm not, feeling my best, and I'm having a habit of digging deeper and feeling worse for myself. And I'm trying to make the conscious effort of returning to that middle ground equilibrium. I don't want to feel too high. I don't want to feel too low. I just want to be living, if that makes sense. Just trusting the process that things are going to work out. If things haven't worked out, it's okay. There are more things for you. And if you're going through something similar like me, just understand that things are going to work out. We've made it this far, so you can make it this far. And to just keep going every day. I think the thing for me is I wake up every morning and I go, I'm just going to attack today. If something didn't go right yesterday or something didn't go right today already, I'm just going to finish the day out. And I think that Michael Beasley quote really hit home too. And he said, if tomorrow was a place where we had to go, do you know how many people wouldn't make it? And I think you start thinking in life and you go, there's so many times where I would have given up if I had to make it to tomorrow sometimes. And I don't mean give it up in the literal sense of like taking my life, not to be whatever, but it's like sometimes there are just days where you're like, dude, screw this, man, like whatever. But we're so blessed to have tomorrow come to us. And I think that's something that I'm now kind of internalizing. Like I'm going to treat tomorrow like it is a place I have to get to. So I'm going to work my hardest. I'm going to try my hardest to get to tomorrow. And when I get to tomorrow, I got to get to the next day. And enjoying the day that you're living right now. But if you're going through something, man, just understand there are people there for you and you're going to make it through, and you got to just be the tougher, stronger person and dig deep and be your own hero. I think a lot of times we look for someone to help us, and I think in my life, I'm starting to realize that I want to be the hero of my story. I don't want to look back and go, that person saved me or that person really pulled me out of this. I want to be able to look back with myself and go, we did it. We got ourselves out of this mess, and now we're here. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully you're liking these episodes. I love you guys the most, and we'll see you here tomorrow.